All right, welcome. We are back. We are finally getting around to playing some Duel Commander. Something that I'm very excited about. Something that came out last Wednesday on MTGO upon the most recent update. It's a 1v1 Commander format with its own set of rules. Duel Commander, also like French Commander, probably a couple other names. But for those of you that don't know, it's got its own separate ban list. It's managed by some people that I have no idea who they are out in France, hence the name French Commander. It's pretty popular out there. It's got 20 life, completely separate ban list. Some cards that are banned as Commander, some cards that are completely banned. Just a very different design space overall. And I used to play this a lot in college. There's a Duel Commander league that we had against like other stores back in the day, like 8-9 years ago or something. It's a lot of fun. So excited to see what how this format has changed. I've been playing a little bit off stream. I think I played like 3 leagues, just testing out different decks. Haven't actually tried this one yet. I've been very busy prepping for my trip to Gen Con. I'm leaving tomorrow, so didn't have time to iron out this list in full. And I was actually going to maybe go through the list of Bloomborough cards to see if there was any new exciting additions that I could add to this deck. I did add a Beza because the list I downloaded about 10 minutes before the stream had a Doctor Who card and a Fallout card. Pre-War Formal Warrior would be real sick to play in this deck. Also, there was just some weird Doctor Who card that I didn't know that like ETBs and makes a food token, and then it like does something whenever you crack a clue or a food. This deck like can probably make a decent amount of clue tokens or whatever. So that being said, I'm gonna quickly just scroll through the Scryfall list to see if I missed any like cool cards that you could potentially add to a Phelia deck. Although this deck, looks pretty updated. It looks like a lot of very reasonable cards all the way through MH3. So, we're not probably on the power level of putting Carrot Cake in our deck, huh? Like Phelia targets. You could maybe play cards like Dewdrop Cure. You can get a lot of like 1s and 2s back, right? This deck is very aggressive. So something that I've noticed in Duel Commander so far is that the games are really, really grindy, but also there are like very, very aggressive decks. Because just the inherent, like every deck is an 8 card opening hand, right? Every deck has a companion with no companion tax. So, like, these games will go long, but also a lot of the decks that have very cheap commanders will just, like, put the pressure on you very early. Maybe you play Salvation Swan. This deck has a Resto Angel in it, right? This deck does have a Restoration Angel, so, like, maybe Salvation Swan is playable. It's not just bad Restoration Angel, it also gives the thing flying. Salvation Swan. You don't want to, like, glut on too many 4s, though, like I was just talking about. This art's kind of sick as hell, though. You want, like, a very low curve in a lot of these decks. There's a ton of removal. These games just, like... It just felt like these games have been taking forever for me. Yeah, exactly. All of the decks have this, like, weird inevitability to them. I haven't understood the desire to play a deck like Atraxas specifically, because it feels like you're just playing a 7 card. You just like don't have a commander until like turn 9 or something. So it's like you're a control deck that can survive to that point maybe, but I haven't played against any Atraxas so far, so who could say? Valiant cards could be interesting, right? Because the Valiant does like something like this could trigger off of like attacking with. This is like a 4-drop, so it's probably not that good, but could trigger off of being targeted. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything else that interesting. You play like Jackdaw Savior or some like boring stuff. Then like 5 new white cards, huh? You can play Jackrabbit, but it's actively bad with Phelia. I think this is just like actually a pretty reasonable white card to play. You could maybe play Steelbird Champion in this format. Just something you're able to cast on 3 as like a the mana something, like what's that ooze that they used to play in Vintage that was like 2 and a green? Whenever a player casts a spell, whenever your opponent casts a spell, it got a 1/1 counter or something like that. It does something similar, and then later in the game you can offspring it and help it kind of grow out of control. Doesn't look like you want a lot from the new set. Bloomburrow notably is like a little bit underpowered, so Mana Gorge or Hydra, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I thought it was like an ooze, but that makes sense. What is virtual loyalty doing? I guess you just like cast this on 2, then cast it on 5. The games are just always going this long. The Steel Star is kind of a sick one because it's just really good with Phelia on curve, right? You just get a 5/4. Card advantage is kind of made up. I've seen like basically every deck plays like as many free spells as possible, even if they're as bad as like Shining Shoal and Reverent Mantra, because they just like always come up. Every deck has like its pitch elemental, its force very often. Oh, the white one's pretty bad. It's whatever the fuck this cycle is. Not every deck plays the shoals, but card advantage is pretty made up. Let's maybe cut the Senu that I added. I think this card's maybe kind of bad. It was in a different list that I was looking at, so I was like, maybe you could play Senu, but it's not that good. Obviously, it doesn't have any Phelia synergies or anything. You do have a decent amount of legendaries, it's just this kind of recursive creature. This deck doesn't have a Lion Sash. This seems kind of odd. Haven't seen a ton of Graveyard Synergy, but in a deck with, like, Recruiter, the Guard, Stoneforge Mystic, maybe it's just my D&T brain that's just like, you need Lion Sash in this deck. It also has Batter Skull, but no Cauldron Complete. I guess that probably doesn't matter a ton, because whenever you cast Stoneforge Mystic, you're probably just going to grab Skull Clamp. Because Skull Clamp is just busted. These decks, like, I found that almost every deck wants, like, 39 lands minimum. This deck has 40, right? Because you have you have Witch Enchanter and Razor Crash Ambush, too. Just because you have so much shit to do with your mana all the time. I wonder if you're supposed to play, like, TKS, too. If you're playing Displacer, Thought Not plus Phelia isn't the best, but... What am I cutting for this last slot, huh? Lay down arms do? Is this that's the removal spell, right? Yeah, sure. Just play like every 1-drop removal spell in the world. All these dorky 1-drop protections, so you can curve like 1-drop protection guy into Phelia. You have Benevolent Bodyguard. You have Giver of Runes, Mother of Runes, Skrelv. I kind of want to cut this Virtue of Loyalty, but it seems like actually pretty decent. Samwise seems fine. Alright, maybe we just won't play the Sash because I'm lazy and just want to play Magic instead. I'm going to put this on Stream Decker. I think the current list is on Flex Slot, like -1 card. Whatever I cut for the Salvation Swan, I think is the difference. But yeah, let's play some Magic. I'm excited to play a bunch of Duel Commander for the next month or so. The format has been... It's always so hard for me, at least, to wrap my brain around like a totally new format. Just like... almost feels like you're just like relearning all these play patterns. Phelia, Duel Commander... 99 card main deck. Cool. Are you able to play off-color and Duel Commander? Saw something on Twitter about a mono blue deck with Oko. No, that was because specifically that person was playing the Flip Tameo, and all the Flip Walkers are dual color on the backside. So they decided to play a mono blue deck, but just have Oko in it. They could have played other green cards, and I guess just chose not to. But yeah, Duel Commander has these, like, kind of in between, like, casual and competitive leagues right now. It's, like, 60 play points with, like, a reduced prize pool. But hopefully if they get enough popularity, if this picks up, then we could see, like, maybe a Duel Commander challenge if they're big enough. Or, like, higher incentive leagues, stuff like that. All that would be very exciting. All right, Flick Slot has the deck. Stream Decker has the deck. Let us play. Also, I guess before we start, please, for the love of God, someone remind me. I have 2 more giveaway codes before the end of the month, which is tomorrow. So I'm going to do 2 different Playpoint giveaways. I guess maybe we'll just give away 2 things at the same time. 2 codes, so we'll just like pick 2 winners when we do the giveaway. So please, someone remind me of that. And then also, there's a new sideboard guide out for those of you that don't know. I made a sideboard guide for my second place D&T, Black-White D&T finish. So if you are a sicko that is looking to play D&T for the next month until the grief ban, feel free to open up that on Flex Slots, available for all Twitch subs. Idea, simply give the code to me. Maybe we'll do like 1 giveaway and then 1 like cool one if anyone has any like cool ideas in chat. You honestly might play D&T at BCDL. All right, maybe we'll bribe you, huh? If I give you specifically a code, will you play D&D at BCDL? I have my Gen Con list pretty much locked and loaded. I don't know how many more cards I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring like the 95, but obviously there are like 4 different Gen Con events, and like each of them top 8. Each of the top 8s feeds into the 32-person finals on Sunday. So I don't know how many extra cards I'm supposed to bring to like swap around sideboard cards. I hate second guessing myself like that when I go to a big event, but when there are 4 distinctive tournaments, it's like a little bit different. Jeez, that volume is loud. Play some Kiki Jiki. Interesting. 5 mana mono red seems tough. Golos. Fun. Oof, this hand is a little awkward, huh? This hand is a lot of busted cards. 2 lands I would have snap kept. Oh god. Exact opposite. I think I just keep this on 6. We'll draw stuff, right? I also found, like, I've seen a lot of mulligans to 6 and 5, like, inherently less consistent format, right? Just a, like, 100-card singleton, 99-card singleton, whatever. Feels like I've seen a lot of more mulligans. Also, you can make more informed mulligans in your game 1s, because your opponent reveals their commander, obviously, so both people kind of know what's up. Mana Dork? Yeah, I think we'll just oust that, huh? Rather than develop this Phelia. I wonder what Golos means. Just like a ramp deck, I guess? Sure. Ramp tech into free spells. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Golos is a pretty good payoff for when you have a shit ton of mana, and also, like, helps you make a shit ton of mana, right? Static Prison. We don't even have anything good for the Paragon right now. I wonder if this deck's supposed to play fetch lands. Just, like, play all the off-white fetches. I don't think it does, and you do have both Samwise and Sarah Paragon in your deck. Fintorn Elves is back. I wish I could play him at regular EDH. True. Rip Golos. Gone from us too soon, I guess. Alright, so if I play Static Prison, I get to flicker it, right? And then I get, like, more energy to keep the Fintorn Elves away longer. Because it enters. I attack, I flicker it. It also gives me the counter on Phelia. I won't play the Castle Ardenvale until next turn, I don't think. Although I'm not activating this anytime soon. Kind of nice too that Phelia lets you like swap around the static prison too. Like you might want to cast like a big scary 4-drop or something. Although I guess that might be a little awkward because the Phelia might not be able to attack into said 4-drop or whatever 3-drop. If you played fetches, would you? Opponent recognizes me from Legacy, I guess. If you played fetches, would you play Idyllic Grange? Maybe, honestly. This deck had like 21 basic planes or something. You might be able to go with Idyllic Grange. What is this? Oh god, my favorite card. Well, at least we can just static prison it, right? Do you have Winter Moon in here? I think so. One of the lists I was looking at had Winter Moon. So attack, flicker the static prison over to the Oko. Or yeah, play Guide of Souls, play Sarah Paragon, say go, I guess. Get wrecked by like a Wrath. One of the things, the learning experience of this format is like I don't know what's in like any deck ever. But I don't think I'm winning just sitting here with just a Phelia. They also have like they have mana dorks. Could also like flicker out the food. Flicker out the food token later. Let's give them the Fintorn Elves back. Suppose I actually could have like. Jeez, bots are out in force today, huh? Could have like sacked the thing and then sacked the static prison, played the Sarah Paragon, recast it, attacked, then flickered it. Like saves an energy, but doesn't let me play Guide of Souls. I actually could have jumped my Phelia. Just realizing that now. Guide of Souls has other text. I'm not used to these modern cards. Would put me dangerously low on energy. I guess not, because the static prison comes back too. What is this? And a lot of people put cards that make absolutely no sense to their deck with. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just also exploring the formats, so God knows what's in like some of these decks. Oh, are we just getting like combo killed? Suddenly terrified. All right. Yeah.
Hello.
What did you knock over?
Your playmat thing.
Oh, playmat tube, sure. I would love to pay an energy to prevent this. We have Resto Angel up, which is kind of nice.
Are you winning, son?
I copied this list online, Royal Owl. I have found that almost all of my decks wanted like 39 lands minimum, even like the aggro decks. So I am very much of the opinion that I should put too many lands in my deck before too few. Sack Prison, replay it on Allurin, attack down Oko? Maybe. I could always just attack and flicker the static prison and still do that, right? But it puts shields down on some shenanigans happening with the Allurin in play. And again, we're just like leaving value on the table with the Sarah Paragon. Oh, I actually can't attack the Oko because of how that works, right? I have to declare the attack first. Yeah, this is a smart play, definitely. Bring back redirecting damage. I don't think that would help in this particular instance. I think I'm just gonna jump my Guide of Souls and try to kill my opponent and hope they don't murder me with this Allurin. I think I just flicker out their food token. I could flicker the static orb for more energy, I guess. That's probably better. It makes the Phelia bigger slowly, too. Gives me more energy for, like, the Guide of Souls. I know there's trauma here, but Allurin is scarier than Oko. That, yes, I agree. Maybe I'm supposed to exile the Allurin and leave the Oko after this. Hey, what are you doing, kid?
She managed to knock something into the trash.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't see anything in the trash.
I saw it.
That's your job. Flying the Guide of Souls. Spellseeker, sure.
God, do we still have 26 days?
Spellseeker get here. Maybe I was supposed to jump the Phelia. I didn't think about that. Grab Swords to Plowshares. Sure, we have Resto up. Oh shit. We're just actually getting murdered by Cavern Harpy. Allurin, huh? I mean, they can get a bunch of spells, right? Bunch of 2 and 1 mana spells. So, like, we are probably dead. They just gonna, like, tutor every 1 and 2 mana instant and sorcery out of their deck. With Cavern Harpy, Allurin, Spellseeker. I don't think we had any plans to beat this ever, but... just declare blocks. And then pick them both up. And cast it again. Definitely wasn't expecting to just get a Allurin combo here. Don't really think there was a good way for me to plan for this, though. But I definitely agree that I had the misstep of, like, I should have just let the Static Prison die, and then recast it on the Allurin instead and attack the Oko. But obviously, then, as soon as I put the Static Prison on this deck, they would have just done the same thing, so, wouldn't have gone much better for me. I don't know why they're tanking so long on these, though. Like, you just get to tutor your whole deck and then make a human. Yeah, that'll save me. Feels like we're very dead. This Philly didn't feel like it did a lot, right? It, like, bounced the Static Prison around, which was kind of nice. I guess it was, like, fine. It's also hard to, like, want to build around your commander too much in this format, because it's... it's so, like, removal dense. You don't want to add, like, cards that are only good when you're casting them and flickering them with Phelia. You don't want to add too many of them, at least. Stuff like, you don't want to fill your deck with Steel Paragons. You do want some more individually powerful cards. Neoform, oh god. I don't know, we'll keep playing this game just because I'm mostly just want to see what happens. They have Source Pleasures, Demonic Tutor, Elodomi's Call, and Neoform. Like, kill me with something. Get a Nature's. I hope they Nature's claim me, and we can recast the Static Prison. Neoform for a 4, sure. Oh, yep, they blow up the Static Prison. Can't Elid Armory's Call, or Demonic Tutor, or Swords to Plowshares, so we can just recast the Static Prison as it currently sits at least. Do you have? Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely have Katama Priesthood. Katama Priest Phelia is very good, as it turns out. I guess I'm supposed to just flash in this Resto Angel and not flicker anything. It's better than making a 1/1. I guess maybe it's not, because maybe I want to hold up the Resto Angel for the Swords to Plowshares down the road. It's actually kind of funny. Guide of Souls prevents you from Resto Angeling. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't target my Phelia. Although if Phelia dies, it just costs 4 mana, so it's not a huge deal. 12 life, so like technically we have lethal if we attack all, and if we just static, we can't static prison the heart because it bounces itself in the lower ends. Never mind. I think I'm gonna cast this. Oh, I have to target, but I don't have to flicker. Yeah. That's how that works. I remember from the back to the days of Kiki Pod where you have to target your Phantasmal Image and it dies or whatever. Path to Exile ain't bad. This might be lethal now. If I Static Prison the Allurin. Remember to eat a free food with Prison. I don't want to do that, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's actually one off lethal because the two. If I eat a food token, then the Allurin stays and the Cavern Harpy can be picked up and then put back. I want to kill the Allurin. It's not lethal, right? It's one off because they can eat a food, but... puts them real far in the dirt. Oh no, because I get +2 with Guide of Souls too. It might be lethal. Ping the Guide of Souls? Oh, they're gonna... wait, did they just like kill my whole board or something? Oh wait, I'm supposed to path the Bowmaster right now, right? Instead. Because otherwise they just wrath my board. Well, I guess technically they have to pay 4 life to kill Guide of Souls, and then... is it still lethal? 6... no, because then I can't jump the Phelia anymore. So I can let them do this a couple of times, and then I think I might still have lethal, right? Might be able to have lethal through the Cavern Harpy if I let them do it like 3 times. I think. This is this is breaking my brain. Alright, so that's 2 triggers on the stack. So now next time they cast Cavern Harpy, let them pick it up, pass priority, they cast it, we path Bowmaster. Opponent would be in a much better position if literally any of your creatures were an elk. Yeah, that's probably true. I guess actually have literally Guide of Souls being an elk, because everything else would just get... maybe Sarah Paragon. Oh yeah, Sarah Paragon being an elk would definitely help, because then I just don't recast Static Prison. choose to flicker a food token. I don't know, the Orc Army, I guess. We did it! Don't think we should have done that, but we did it. Alright. My favorite thing about Duel Commander is you just get to look at your cool list and then go to game 2. There is no sideboards. Do I have... What was the card you asked about? Winter Moon? Maybe I don't have it in this list. Winter Moon seemed like pretty good. I saw it on a different list. It makes sense. This deck has a ton of basics. This format is very non-basic heavy, and also, like, not a lot of good, like, punishes are out there, because they've banned a lot of, like, the really messed up mana now, like Wasteland. So, like, Blood Moon, back to basics, if you can support it. Hall of Gemstone for green decks makes a lot of sense. I think a card like Winter Moon would make a lot of sense, too. Have we seen enough of the opponent's deck to know if there's a second combo or is all in Allurin? I don't think... It's probably impossible for the deck to be all in on, like, just Allurin, right? It is 5 colors. I imagine it's, like, a bunch of stuff like that, though, but... Back to basics is banned, right? Maybe. Probably. Do I want Gemstone Caverns? Probably. Probably just Gemstones, pitch Soul Guide. Then we can go, like, turn 1 Phelia, turn 2 Labe. Or potentially turn 1 Oust plus Labe if they, like, play Mana Dork. Didn't really look like we wanted a Soul Guide Lantern in this matchup. A lot of the fun cards are banned, yes. Or, fun in quotes. The mono blue decks were way... Yeah, it makes sense. Like, all the Time Warps being banned, and, like, there's, like, the blue Polymorph. I guess Polymorph is blue, right? That are banned. I remember back in the day, George Jabor, Jabber, on Twitch and Twitter, for those of you that know him, used to beat the crap out of me with a mono blue Vendilion Click deck. Where Vendilion Click, his only creature in his deck was Emrakul, and he played like 3 or 4 of the polymorph cards that would just polymorph into the click into the Emrakul. Yeah, click and JVP. Yeah, those are the ones. I think I'm fine Oust plus Labing here. It'd be nice to have an instance of this Oust every time. Or this Mana Tithe would have been nice too. I kind of want to Oust plus hold up Mana Tithe now. The Labe doesn't exactly matter. The Labe only matters after I have Phelia in play, which will be next turn. It's like maybe holding up Mana Tithe is more worth it. The following turn I can just like Phelia, hold up Mana Tithe again, and I can play Labe the turn that I want to, the turn that I start attacking with Phelia. Ding. I do love that Mana Tithe is in every white deck. It is very funny. Tithed. I don't even know if that was right to tithe. Probably, because I want to cast Phelia. I can march like another Mana Dork down the line. March the, oh shit. Maybe I Palace Jailer the Dork when he plays it next turn. Labe. Oh, Tithe, not Mana Tithe. Okay, I don't think Tithe is in this deck. I could not tell you the text on Tithe off the top of my head. It's like a one-time land tax or something for like something like that. All right, we would really love to Palace Jailer this Land of Werewolves, I think. But if we don't find the land, then I will march it. Phelia might also die here, I guess. Yeah. Leyline Binding, sure. I guess we could have prevented, like, damage-based removal or something, but... Alright, land off the top would be real nice. Palace Jailer might let us run away with this game, if that happens. I've also noticed stuff like Leyline Binding, Skyclave Apparition, stuff that can target commanders for like O-ring effects are really, really good because you almost always want to put them back in the command zone anyway, so it's just like a regular like exile removal. Land? Fuck. That's really unfortunate, actually, isn't it? I think I marched this. Ossification is theoretically cheaper on a slightly larger creature. This hand is real awkward. I suppose it's... yeah. I don't know how to cast marches on MTGO. Exile any number of cards. I don't want to exile. Click cast to exile the chosen white cards. Okay. Cast. X equals 1. We did it. Play a creature and then we draw a land. Play a single creature and then... okay. Well, we drew the land at least. Dust Bowl kind of fucked up versus my 5-color opponent who is missing land drops. I think I'm just going to hold up Phelia. Phelia to Astrolabe is probably better than getting the Monarch online, especially if I want to like Dust Bowl my opponent next turn. Unless they just fucking allure me again. That'd be unfortunate. What on earth is this? Omnath? Minskimbu. Oh, that's pretty beatable, huh? Does Shining Shoal just kill Minskimbu outright? If I wanted it to? I guess I could just Ossification. That's probably better, huh? Ossification the Minskimbu and then like Flicker the Hamster. As much as I really want to Dust Bowl them this turn. Really mana inefficient. I wonder if there was like a better way to do this somewhere. I'm sitting here with like a 4-drop in play and a 4-drop in my hand, just casting my 2-drop. Minskimbu is really scary though. You do just want to like answer it immediately. Not sacrifice the Ossification land to the Dust Bowl. Important to remember. We know one of the cards in my opponent's hand is the Dork, right? They played like Llanowar Elves or something on turn 1. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Do I Shining Shoal this? It's a little awkward that it's exactly 3 damage on my Phelia, huh? I think I'm supposed to Shining Shoal this. I have Phelia Astrolabe as my, like, engine here. Okay, so how do you fucking cast this card ever? Exile target, like, next X damage that a source of your choice is dealt to target instead. So you target, so you cast this, targeting their face. Exile this, and then I choose Flage. Hey, Kate2, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the support. Choose the source. Flage. Prevents. Oh, they just concede. Nice. Take that. We need to like start drawing 2 cards a turn. Probably Dust Bowl their thing. You played fetches, you could also play Crucible. Yeah, if you wanted to. I don't know if you have enough like lands to make Crucible good. We played, or like 1 match in, right? You know, we got like City of Traders, Crystal Vein, Dust Bowl. Iganjo Seed of the Empire technically okay with Crucible. Creature lands. Scavenger Grounds also technically okay with Crucible, but wait, is Exile all graveyards? Never mind. Very bad at Crucible. Sheffield Dunes. Sheffield Dunes feels a little loose. I don't know how often you're going to be activating this one. Maybe you really want to facilitate Eldrazi Displacer, but how good is Eldrazi Displacer in this deck is another question. You have Tectonic Edge, you have Urza Saga. Maybe play. I don't know. I think Fetches is probably right with just like Sam plus plus Sarah Paragon plus like add a Idyllic Grange or whatever the hell it's called. Do you think leagues will accelerate the development and solvability of the dual commander meta? Almost certainly. Like, it's so much easier to like jam like tens and like dozens and hundreds of matches online than it is just like playing at like 15-person locals. Like if you go online and you look at all the dual commander results, it's always just like this list got first place in this 15-person event in France. It's just like, okay, well, if we go to this league that has 134 active players, then you could just jam that list, you know, 5 leagues over the course of a few days and figure out a lot more than just like playing at your locals and stuff. And this Phelia deck seems pretty cool though. I haven't jived as much. I tried the Yoshimaru deck and I liked like Yoshimaru is very, very good. The fact that it is a 1-drop, just very consistently, like, you have your consistent turn 1 aggro play, is very powerful, but the format has felt so removal dense that, like, Yoshimaru encourages you to play all these really awkward, not very good cards, because you want to fill your deck with a lot of legends to make Yoshimaru better. But then, if your Yoshimaru just dies 2 or 3 times in a game, then you're just playing these kind of subpar cards to try to support this 1-drop creature. Less quickly than if we had challenges. Yeah, definitely. If we're just playing leagues. It's easier for people to jam games, but it's harder for people to just like copy-paste lists. Have they been posting the 5-0s? I think they said they were going to. Ooh, I've been meaning to... Flage is on my list to try too. Flage seems pretty good against my deck, huh? Less good against my Soul Guide Lantern and Dread Magistrate hand, though. I wonder what type of Flage deck this is, if it's just like actual factual burn, or something more like, well, has more like longevity. I guess we'll see if my opponent like casts Lava Spike or Goblin Guide on turn 1. Trained Magistrate, probably not the easiest card in the world to keep alive versus a red-white deck, but might be able to like stall Flage for a turn, right? Looting. You got it. Could potentially go like Sentinel Soul Guide the Looting on turn 2 here. We have several good Phelia targets. Discards Needle and Thrill of Possibility. Okay, opponent's cooking something over there. Ooh, Ephemerate's nice. Yeah, I mean, we could break the back half of Looting with Vitrath Magistrate too, but I imagine this Stranded Magistrate probably isn't going to live very long against this deck. I almost want to like Esper Sentinel leave up Ephemerate, but I like the Soul Guide Lantern eating the spell and also like threatening the Flage down the road. And I like getting the Esper Sentinel down now. Maybe if they Blightburn spell it, it's kind of fine. I'd like to ephemerate something that has an ETB anyway. Yeah, the Dragon Administrate is good. I just don't need to cast until like the 3 mana. I think I'm just going to Esper Sentinel Soul Guide. I'm happy to have Dragon Administrate in my opening hand. Dragon Administrate is a really good card in this format. A lot of decks are much better when you're able to cast your commander. Surprise, surprise. There's like a blue card, Wash Away, I think, which is really busted. It's like cancel, but costs 1 if it targets a spell that wasn't cast from hand. Land? Well, it's not very good for me, huh? I think this is probably a Draenith Magistrate turn, because I don't want them to just, like, flage my Esper Sentinel and not get the Esper Sentinel trigger. So this way, if I play Draenith Magistrate, we at least get a Esper Sentinel trigger as they try to kill it, probably. How many outs to moat do you have? Probably not a lot. Recruiter, Laron, Cathar Commando, Witch Enchanter. It's probably most of them. Static Prison, Skyclave. Okay, yeah, there are a decent amount of outs to moat. March of Otherworldly Light. Oh yeah, a bunch of flyers. Okay, maybe most is not that good. Alright, Draenith Magistrate, I believe in you. Hold down the fort. My opponent certainly doesn't have any removal spells in their 6-card hand after they pass without casting a spell. They're just going to fetch Elegant Parlor, and everything will be fine. Oh shit, it's working. Oh no. Wait. Oh, okay, sure, plain sight. Whatever. That's all well and good. I mean, these are all legal plays. Yeah, it definitely seems my opponent is not playing Burn, which was kind of on my list to try. It was like Flage Burn. I think the popular list is like a red aggro / burn deck that's that has the mono red what's the old dude's name? Fucking Felden. Oh dang, that card's pretty good, huh? Would be nice to draw a land at some point, but, you know, it's fine. We don't need it. I will hold up Sam / Phelia here. There's a world that I probably Sam back the Esper Sentinel instead of the casting... probably not. I think I just want to cast Phelia. Start Pheliaing my Astrolabe. We're just gonna Soul Guide the Flage and all the cards in the graveyard. Yeah, I could Ephemerate to save this Esper Sentinel, but it's just like my mana is so tied up. The Ephemerate doesn't get any value here. Yeah, that makes sense. If my opponent's deck is like playing a bunch of looting effects to fuel escape on Flage a lot, then you can play a lot of situational cards like Lithomantic Barrage, Pithing Needle. Why are we... Oh, fun. You phase out the Flage and then it comes back on their turn. Can I beat that? Not with this hand I can't. Like, I could eventually... I might cast Sam now because I'm gonna need to Phelia this Flage away or something. They're bad at stacking triggers, though. Are they? Does it... Oh, they could have killed my Esper Sentinel first, and so I don't draw the card and then cast the Galadriel's Dismissal. That's true. I think I'm gonna Sam now because I need this Phelia to stick around as a really bad answer to a Flage. Can we draw like a land? That would be nice. Oh well, Swords of Blasters isn't a land, but it's an answer to this fucking Flage. Probably just supposed to fire this off upkeep in case there's any other bullshit, like Galadriel's Dismissal. That is a fun card for a Flage deck, though. Just, like, stifle your Flage trigger, essentially. Or stifle the Flage, you know. Escape, whatever. Flage will go back, but now it costs 5 mana, and then if we... if they cast it again, kill one of my things here, then we Soul Guide it, and then it'll cost 7 mana. I finally have 2 creatures in play. It's like a Wrath. Witch Enchanter. No! Turn off auto yields. Did I do that in time? I hope so. Thank God. This would be a nice time for a Stoneforge to get a Lion Sash, huh? Unfortunately, some fool didn't put that in the deck. If we can draw lands at some point eventually, thank God, we can maybe get to Sarah Paragon the Soul Guide back. We could just Stoneforge for Skull Clamp, because Skull Clamp is exceptionally broken. On the clock, that's probably fine. What other equipment can I even get here? Batterskull, Jite. There's no pre-war formal wear, unfortunately. I think that's about it. It's Shadow Spear. You just get Skull Clamp. Stoneforge is just tutor Skull Clamp basically all the time. Ring Bearer means greater power, so I don't want to attack into this. I think I just cast Stoneforge and don't cast the Skull Clamp because I want to cast Ephemerate probably after they Flage me. Luckily, the Soul Guide Lantern at least set them back in terms of escaping the Flage. Probably just, if they don't do anything, probably just like Clamp Sam. Just want to draw a bunch of lands for the rest of the game now. Dog eyes, I mean, this is just Bestow. Right now it's just a 2/2 haste flying. That's fine, but you can like bestow it on your Flage for like 1 mana potentially because this deck feels its graveyard a lot. Makes sense. Sure. We just Batterskull this turn. If we draw a land, I might. I guess maybe I'm just supposed to Skull Clamp and then equip and then probably draw the 4th land anyway and then have 2 mana and I could potentially Batterskull or Phelia. That's likely the play, huh? What are the odds we draw a land? Like 100%? They actually have the removal spell? We could draw a card with... Oh, they're gonna Ephemerate... The Witch Enchanter. I can't stop that, but I can ephemerate my salmon and buy back the Skull Clamp. Which is nice. Yeah, fully cannot stop that. Unfortunately, it would be an inefficient use of my mana, but Skull Clamp is also extremely busted. Oh no, I could recast the Skull Clamp after. So this is fine. If you recast, they pop it again. Oh yeah, because they get their ephemerate too. Yeah, true. Oh, we can make Esper Sentinel the Ring Bearer, huh? Get to attack and loot. My opponent has 2 cards in hand. I kind of don't want this Elite Spellbinder at this point, I don't think. Alright, we're now set up so that we can Sarah Paragon Soul Guide Lantern as well. As soon as they cast a Flage targeting one of my things, which is like probably this turn. Ephemerate doesn't do anything here. I guess they can like shoot my Esper Sentinel. Maybe I was supposed to make Stoneforge the Ring Bearer. But I wanted Stoneforge to be untapped for future turns. Ooh, they just let me draw a card. That's kind of sick. Probably means that they don't have the land and they want to make sure that they can cast Flage this turn or something. On my upkeep, I guess I just flicker Stoneforge Mystic. Go get, like, Jite. And then if they cast the Flage, we will simply Sarah Paragon Soul Guide Lantern the Flage. They blow up the Astrolabe, sure. Interesting choice. I'm kind of digging this deck, though. This deck, I mean, it just, like, speaks to, like, the D&T brain, right? Kill... maybe they kill the Stoneforge here to deny Ephemerate value? Oh, yeah, that makes sense, actually. Now we have our Ring Bearer still, though, which is kind of nice. Kind of confused why they didn't kill the Esper Sentinel, honestly. So might as well flicker the Sam again, because it makes it delves us deeper into the ring. Probably just ditching this Give Reference, huh? We have a lot of other things that we're casting over these next few turns. I'm sitting on a bunch of chests. Do I sell them like a responsible, or do I open them like a degenerate? I need to sell my chests. I have a bunch of chests as well. I almost never open my chests like a degenerate. I'm the wrong person to ask if you want to try to enable yourself. If they attack with that Detective Phoenix, I'm definitely not blocking. Alright. Could recast Dranath Magistrate, could recast anything, really. Could recast Stoneforge Mystic. God, what do I want to do here? My options are truly endless. Could like Skull Clamp Sam and recast it. But then it doesn't do anything, right? Because nothing's at the graveyard. I think I kind of just want to Astrolabe, honestly. Just draw a random card. Is that better than Stoneforge Mystic? No, it's not. We have Batterskull in our hand. Take my game actions a tiny bit faster, I think. Ooh, Ocelot Pride. Kind of want to sack the Soul Guide Lantern, but that's probably not worth it, huh? This thing, I'm not reading all the text on this card. It's probably not good right now. We're ahead on like every metric. That's one of those like catch-up cards. Let's hold up Phelia / Mana Tithe here. It's likely that I just cast Phelia. But like if they like tap out for some crazy 6-drop, I'll Mana Tithe it. Brutal Cathar. I mean, I guess that's fine. What are you gonna Cathar? My Sarah Paragon? Yeah, that's totally fine. We have a bunch of removal spells in hand. We're completely fine with this. Hey, Jarvis, thanks for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it. Enjoy the Thalia gun, XJ Cloud gun emote. Attack me for 4? Sure. Mana Tithe me? Wow, wrecked. That's fine. We're ahead by like approximately 900 cards. I should play fast. Still game 1, I think. Land is good. Don't really want to Palace Jailer this while they still have this Hasty Flyer in play. I'd like to answer it first. We have 5, 6, 7 things. 7 mana. Maybe we just GT it, huh? Yeah, actually. Then what am I recasting? I have 3 mana? Maybe recasting just Giver of Runes? Yeah. Casting Giver of Runes lets me hold up Batterskull. Or Mana Tithe, you know. A lot of options. Has your wife considered the implications if Grief doesn't get banned and we run out of real cards on the ban list? When is Grief X power play dropping? She literally is like she's totally zoned out. She can't hear me at all. But I mean, Grief or like a card in Scam is getting banned on the 26th, so we have not really thought about that now. Helping Hand just gets back the Cathar. Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. It's tapped. tapped. We can Wandering Emperor at next turn. Hilarious. Oh, I guess I could have Soul Guided that. I really actually don't care, though. Just impossible. It feels impossible for me to lose this game at this point. They can, like, attack all, and then we get them with this Batter Skull that they don't know about. They attack with Witch Enchanter, yeah. And then they lose the game. I believe it. Do you believe in my ability to lose this game? Is that what you're responding to? I certainly hope not. I kind of want to just Wandering Emperor back Samwise for the bit of, like, getting all the way to the final part of the One Ring. I guess this just also kills the Brittle Cathar, huh? Let's cast the Elite Spellbinder. Be responsible. Yeah, it's fine. I think this might be... Oh, we are deep in garbage time, yeah. Oh, dear Jesus. This Wrath of God. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Oh, it's probably supposed to sack one of my creatures to the Skull Clamp because of this Wrath of God. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. We still have infinite draw power here, even if they draw the 6th land right here to cast this Wrath of God. Yeah, okay, they don't. Which means I cast Drannith Magistrate, and Drannith Magistrate plus Elite Spellbinder is pretty fucked up. Take a breather. Like, these games just, like, take a long time. And a lot of it is obviously, like, when you have a bunch, like, a singleton deck, your decisions are a lot more varied. You have a lot of different cards in your hand at any given moment. It's harder to play, to try to think around the cards you're trying to play around, thinking about the cards that you're going to draw. So your decisions do take a little bit longer, but I don't know. These games also just, like, always drag on, right? We're an aggro deck. We have 24 1-drops. Imagine if you had to shuffle, too. Oh, God. Maybe that's why they don't have fetch lands, huh? I'm probably not allowed to keep this hand, huh? On the draw... This hand isn't even that good. I don't think we're fighting a lot of 5s there, but yeah, this seems fine. Let's bottom March and just bank on removal spell plus White Plume. I'll bottom land. We need to get lucky to win this game anyway. We'll bank on just like White Plume carry and like some removal spells to support the White Plume carry plan. Swift Reconfiguration is kind of a nice answer to a Flage down the road, but it involves getting hit by 2 Flage triggers first. It's like it's not great. Ooh, that's not bad. It'll probably die, but... White Plume is a supremely messed up card, yes. Mom not dying? What does this do? Whenever you commit a crime, you get a tapped treasure token. Swift reconfiguration, not very good against this one, huh? Just gives them treasure tokens anyway. I think we're just gonna hope that they flage and then we jam White Plume and pray. I guess Phelia is okay versus tapped treasure tokens, huh? Kind of forgot that I had a Phelia this turn for some reason. I was just like, oh dang, don't have anything to do on 2. Unlucky. Right, I have a 2-drop commander with Flash. Yeah, this is just like go face. Get a tapped treasure. So I think I offer the trade here. I think I'd just attack with Phelia. I guess maybe I would just activate Mom if they blocked. It's like the trade is just very clearly bad for them. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to actually just flicker White Plume, though. I don't know. I'm kind of scared of, like, their stuff getting out of hand. This White Plume is, like, a little dangerous. Like, this is a very critical turn to untap with the initiative and removal spells to back it up. Like, we're on a mold of 5. We're kind of banking on this White Plume going the distance. Yes, this is what I want. The question is if I activate Mom or just ditch the Phelia, play White Plume backed up by Mother of Runes. I think I just activate Mother of Runes here. Oh, we do get an untap. That is true. If they could cast a spell in response, but man, I haven't played with White Plume in so long, huh? We usually just get Wrath of God, right? We saw Wrath of God in the opponent's deck. But then we have the initiative, we have like 3-man Inspector, we have removal spells. I will Council's Judgment this Mother of Runes and attack with Phelia White Plume and just flicker the White Plume. The 3 damage doesn't matter as much as like speedrunning the Undercity. Recommission this Flage, huh? Well, I can't stop that. They're just going at my face. I guess that is a choice. I mean, if they don't have another removal spell going at a creature, obviously it doesn't make sense, but... I'm going to put 2 +1/+1 counters on my dog. I'm going to probably Council's Judgment this Mother of Runes and play 3-man Inspector. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Swift Reconfig, huh? This card gains me life, right? Yeah, if my opponent has more life than me, I could gain like 8 life or something. But 14's like pretty safe with my opponent having 3 cards in hand. I think honestly I'm more interested in leaving up Swift Reconfiguration because we're so far ahead that I don't want to get cheesed out by some like crazy haste thing plus like a bunch of removal spells somehow. I just like don't need to commit more to the board. Trap you. My Beza is quickly not going to gain me any life. But think that is fine. One card, escape card off of bringing the Flage back, but we have Swift reconfig for the Flage. Worst case. Demand answers, sure. Hey, Offbeat Hero, thanks for the raid, buddy. Ban Grief, indeed. Only, 26 more days or something. Let's draw a card. Play our land. Just play equip Jite. Go to the throne. Continue to hold up Swift reconfig. Seems fine. I like Jite sitting here as an extra removal spell too. Hey, we did it. We won. Look at us. 2020. This deck speaks to me as a D&T player, definitely. Like, it has a lot of, like, the cool, fun, like, shitty white creature flicker stuff. GG's Aggie. Aggie? Only 2. Let's do a giveaway after next match, I think. Hey, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciated. I just realized that my, Grief countdown has been covering up that thing. There you go. Bring that back. I think I moved it up there from the last stream because we didn't have a record bar thing. Kind of digging this deck though. It's definitely felt nicer for me, for my brain specifically, than the Yoshimaru deck. Or like, I played an old like Selvala deck with like new cards added. Mono Green Selvala was like a cool, powerful deck in 2015 when I played. That deck has not aged the best. It was very fun, but this deck I'm vibing with. We'll play one more round before we do our Playpoint giveaway. Give away 2 120 Playpoint codes to some people in chat.
Wait, are you doing a giveaway?
Not right now. We're gonna do it after the next match.
Okay. Is Toast here?
Toast is not here. Toast's usually playing Legacy on Tuesdays at Dice. Sometimes he shows up if he like leaves early or something.
Can I enter for Toast, and if I win it goes to Toast?
It doesn't go to Toast. No.
Damn it.
You cannot win the giveaway if your name is Toast. And the play points are not applicable to anyone that's named Toast. Sorry to say. Them's the rules of my giveaway.
This is tyranny.
It is tyranny. This is not a democracy. This is my stream. You'd time them out anyway? Yes, of course. Excellent.
Eric, you're on thin ice.
Do we have On Thin Ice in this deck?
What?
It's a card. You just reminded me. On Thin Ice is a card that should be in this deck, right? That's why we have a bunch of snow-covered plains. Is it just Astrolabe? Okay, we do have On Thin Ice. That makes sense.
Oh my god, I hate it here.
Forgot I was planning to play Paper Modern tonight. Huge W for not playing Modern. Yeah, that's how, like, all the formats have felt, huh? Just, like, Modern shit, Legacy shit. Do you have a Scrying Sheets? I don't think so. That just, like, it draws approximately, like, 1/5 of a card, right? I think we have about 20 snow-covered plains and an Astrolabe as the only snow cards. I don't know if Scrying Sheet would be worth the squeeze there, huh? Yeah, Pioneer is also, like, a weird, depending on who you talk to, between a 1 to 3 deck format. But, like, it's Vampires, Phoenix, and Amalia in some combination, and then people are mad about any of them on a given day. It seems like Vampires is the biggest problem, but also people really hate Amalia because it's miserable to play against, I guess. And then Phoenix just kind of exists and gets to cast Ancestral Recall all the time, and everyone's just kind of cool with it mostly. I don't know. I'm not a Pioneer player. Yeah, Paupers seems surprisingly okay. I'm not a big Pauper guy, but surprisingly okay after the pre-ban of Cranial Ram. The other cards that slotted into Affinity didn't break it. The fact that people want to ban cards from 4 different decks implies the format is working. That does kind of make sense. But every time I look at it, it's just like, I feel like if I wanted to win, I would just play one of these, like, 3 decks, or, like, not play, right? And if I don't like any of those 3 decks, then I'm not super interested. But, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same case as Legacy, and, like, you can still get away with playing the decks a tier below and just kind of, like, skill diff people, like I've done for my entire career in Legacy. Ral, ooh, Storm. Fun. Yeah, this hand seems fine. It's a little awkward that we actually don't have white on turn 2. So we can't turn 2 Phelia, but like turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Violent Guide of Souls, like potentially Port or whatever seems fine. Maybe we drop lanes, right? But all the games suck. Yeah, that's the issue, is that if you're not having fun, like, that's every format, right? If you're not having fun, then just... yeah, format just becomes a lot more blah. I think I just always want to Port on 2 to, like, deny a turn of casting Ral. Our hand isn't very Phelia conducive anyway. I know it was right to do so, but I'm sad it didn't get to play Cranial Ram. Yeah, I had, like, the Pauper Creator event that was, like, right after MH3, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna register Cranial Ram, just beat the shit out of everyone else playing Cranial Ram. And they pre-banned Cranial Ram, which probably made the event a lot more watchable. Hadn't seen Ral yet? Yeah, I had not either. I think we are just porting, though. I don't think I really want to Phelia. I want to stall this Ral a little bit as I, like, get to Palace Jailer. I actually kind of sequenced these a little bit awkwardly, in a way that, like, I could have potentially turned 3 Palace Jailer to Ral instead, off of, like, Crystal Vein. Notably, we top decked the Snow-Covered Plain, so that's not a great plan. But, like, if we had missed, I would have just... if I had played Crystal Vein turn 1 for the Aether Vial, I would have just played Port turn 2 to Port. Or if we had, like, missed on the Castle Arden Veil. You predict this game will be fun and interactive? Our deck has a lot of, like, interaction cards, right? Our opponent might, you know, cast 17 spells and kill us. That's how the cookie crumbles. I don't like all the time I'm giving my opponent to just, you know, set up. Maybe letting them cast the Ral on turn 2 was fine. But again, like, would have been much nicer if I had the proper setup for that. I could have exiled the Ral. I think I just Port them again, though, to set up for the Palace Jailer. Hopefully they just, like, take a turn to cast Ral and say go. I think you should be allowed to activate Aether Vial and put your commander into play, huh? What do you think, chat?
Yeah.
You think that should be a legal play? I think that should also apply to companions. No reason at all. Come on, just cast Ral, say go. There's no possible way that my mono white deck has any removal spell. Oh man, my Guide of Souls. I mean, if this is what happens too, we can just, like, next turn we can hold up Phelia. I kind of don't want to take up this Vial, because the deck has so many, like, 1s and 2s and not a ton of 3s and 4s, but also... we'll just tick it up because we'll just get a free Palace Jailer in 2 turns. And, like, instant speed Palace Jailer, I guess this Ral might be pretty important, huh? So I guess we will tick it up. Maybe we'll just draw a 3-drop. Dang. Soul Guide Lantern, not bad. I really want to cast Phelia plus Port. Maybe we just have to hope that they don't pop off horrendously exactly next turn involving their graveyard usage. Could obviously, like, Crystal Vein Phelia Soul Guide. Feels a little bit silly to do, but maybe it's not. It kind of is. Maybe. Am I? Maybe it's not crazy, huh? If they kill Phelia, what are the odds? We'll be fine. I have faith. Fetch the blue-red surveil land, probably. Yeah, that one. Thundering Falls. Flame of Hanor. That's kind of rude. But I guess that's fine that it's not killing my Phelia. And we have plenty of mana to cast our spells anyway. Just 3 mana Shatter. The awkward thing is that we still have no instant speed interaction for this Ral. I guess I technically could cast Palace Jailer and hold up Ephemerate, huh? That is instant speed interaction. Probably not this turn, though. I think I'm incentivized to play the Soul Guide Lantern. Kind of want to take these draw spells. This is a wizard? This is. I guess we'll take the Flame of Hanor. Probably won't end up mattering, but... Oh, shoot. I was supposed to port. Fuck. Well, hopefully. When has giving your Storm opponent 1 mana ever mattered, huh? Just go to combat. You have nothing. Terrifying. Terrifying. Am I supposed to just cycle this Soul Guide to try to find something? Next turn probably looks like... What is YP? Banned? No. Whiteblue Adventure is in my deck, in fact. One of the best cards in the format, so I hear. So this is just a 50-50 on, like, putting a card into their graveyard, right? And they can't just get, like, Past in Flames or something. I guess I'm supposed to leave this unless they, like, discard an Echo or a Past in Flames, huh? Discard Wheel of Fortune. That's probably the card they tutored, huh? I can't kill this Saheeli. I don't think I'm supposed to cycle the Soul Guide. I'm really scared of stuff like Past in Flames. I think we just play Palace Jailer off of the Crystal Vein to hold up Ephemerate plus Port. And Palace Jailer the Servo token, attack the Saheeli for 3, flicker the Soul Guide. Unless we draw something better. We don't. Alright, cool. Council's Judgment is definitely not bad. Alright, don't forget to port this time. Opponent's spells are very cheap, but they don't have a lot of them. Like, if they just cast Ral... This thing gets additional... So I can just... If they don't try to pop off, I can just Ephemerate on end step. So it'll flip into a harmless Planeswalker. Notably, they can't recast it. It costs like 4 mana. Because I'll be getting rid of the Ruby Medallion next turn with the or with the Council's Judgment. I guess I don't have to Ephemerate. I guess I do, because I want to kill the Saheeli. Because if I attack with the Phelia, flicker the Palace Jailer to kill a Ral, then they could block with the... They just block the Phelia and keep the Saheeli alive. So they put a spell on the stack. I just have to cast Ephemerate in response, I think. Grape Shot target Palace Jailer. Well, that's a good spell to cast Ephemerate in response to. We'll see if their last card is an instant that they can cast here. Oh, wait, yeah, the Storm Trigger doesn't work. I was thinking, I was like, oh, was I supposed to like let the Storm Trigger resolve first or something? But A, I can't, and B, that's not how Storm Triggers work. Hey, we did it.
Did you win?
We won that game.
I posted today's Bang Grief.
Oh, I gotta retweet it.
If you want to take a look.
Should I bring it up on stream?
If you want to. I think I did a good job today. I think it's cute.
Everyone gets to see today's Ban Grief post live. We get Hermit Druid. Oh, you really went in detail with all his tattoos, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty good one. This one didn't. Ragavan is this little cute guy. It didn't get as much love as I would have expected. This is a fun one. I've already forgotten what you're drawing tomorrow, but you can't say it anyway because you'd spoil everyone in chat.
Why not? Doesn't your chat deserve a...
Do they? Chat, do you want to know what she's drawing tomorrow? You guys want to know a secret that no one else will know? This hand doesn't seem very good. Draft Magistrate seems extremely good against my opponent, but not good enough to keep a one-lander. Maybe this one-lander. On the draw, we have Static Prison and Swords to Plowshares. Bottom, Salvation Swan. I'll probably keep this in my 39 land deck. Like, Phelia into Steel Seraph is pretty powerful as well as an aggro option. I think I like this more than going to 5. Chess says yes.
Strip Mine.
We're trying to Strip Mine tomorrow.
Because we're going to be in the car.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Doing something simple.
Well, we will be driving to Indianapolis tomorrow, so she'll be on her iPad in the car drawing. I could use a Strip Mine in this hand, that's for sure. Well, definitely not a strip mine, but I'll take it over a card I can't cast, I guess. If they just play Ral here, we just Static Prison it, maybe? It's a little dangerous to Static Prison without being able to, like, Phelia the Static Prison repeatedly. Yeah, I think I just have to plow this. Unfortunately. Ugh. Really just want to draw lands for the rest of the game. Would be nice. Is there an Aether Vial in this deck list? There is. Ooh, Fable. Powerful magic card, definitely. Not a land. Alright, we might just be dead here. So if we play Static Prison, we can exile the Fable. Tick to 1, draw the land, cast the Phelia, untap, tick to 0, attack, flicker the Static Prison. Unfortunately, flickering the Static Prison means that this Fable comes back. It's another EDB trigger, so maybe we Static Prison the Goblin Shaman this turn. Yeah, that's probably like our only good play. And potentially the Static Prison can answer the back half of Fable in a few turns after we draw a land next turn. Or we could, like, Council's Judgment, the Fable and stuff, too. Could always just sack the Static Prison. But we have exactly one other card in the entire deck that uses energy, I think. So I think I might as well keep it around for one turn, see if we rip the land for Phelia. I think we're just gonna fucking die, though. Oh, this trigger's in first main. That's fun. Alright, well, we're not drawing lands. I'm just gonna concede and go to game 3. Save myself some time here. We need to be on the play. We have Ossification. We have Removal Spell. We have White Plume. Seems good. No 1-drop is not great, but, you know, fine. Yeah, opponent looting the Fury away there. Pretty clear sign that we're gonna fucking die, huh? I think this base is probably bad. I mostly just added it because I wanted to play Bloom Burrow cards, and I needed to fill out the last couple of slots in my deck list after I couldn't play 2 cards that weren't on Magic Online. Honestly, is it insane to, like, just turn 2 White Plume? That might be the play here. Unless they, like, play a creature. I'm kind of into it. Because it makes it so that, like, I can line up my removal spell better versus, like, a turn 2 Ral or something and just kill them with White Plume Adventurer. I guess it's pretty bad into, like, potential counter spells. Lightning Bolt, it's, like, not that exciting. Still, it kills them pretty fast, though. I'm gonna fucking do it. We don't get to turn 2 White Plume Adventure. I'm not a vintage player, so I don't get to do this very often. This means if they, like, play Ral on turn 2, we can Ossification it, and then we have, like, we can line up Phelia Ossification. By the time they get to, like, Ral mana a second time. Land Ral. I believe in you, opponent. Well, I guess that's fine. Just means we'll just go land, hold up Phelia the following turn. Annoying that Ral is a 1/3, so we can't try to set it up to kill it with GTA over 2 turns or something. Over, like cast GTA then equip GTA to be able to answer the Ral at instant speed, I mean. Card Frantic Search, Mizzix Mastery. This card seems scary as fuck, huh? Well, let's beat him down. Thalia? Dranath Magistrate? Not those. We're just gonna hope that the good old Stompy plan is gonna be good enough for us. And hope that they don't storm me to death. They are almost dead next turn. I actually can't like flicker the White Plume to any reasonable value because I lose 5 damage to go through the Undercity faster. The following turn, if they're somehow not dead, then I might flicker White Plume in order to get to Throne and try to find like Dranath Magistrate or Thalia, but since it would only put me into Archives, it doesn't really matter. Just cast the Ral and say go, please. That's fine. We can ossify that. Is that the proper usage of that? Ossification to ossify? I don't even know what that means. Like 3 or 4 bots today. Trap. What do I want to draw? Just a removal spell. Like a 1-mana instant speed removal spell, probably. So I can hold it up next turn. That's kind of what I want to top deck. Sword Supply Shares, Path to Exile. Mutavault, huh? I think I'm just going to play Mutavault, Ossification this Electromancer, attack for 7, flicker nothing. If I flicker the Ossification, they could, like, trade, which I don't really want. Just, like, the 1-1 counter doesn't matter. Alright. You need to draw better. I mean, we're drawing pretty good. Turn 2 White Plume, like... I'm not gonna complain about our draws. Our deck doesn't have, like, the most stuff that could... Oh, wait, that doesn't matter. This is completely fine. I don't care about this at all. This White Plume just kills you. I wasn't even gonna flicker anything. It saves them, like, 2 life, obviously, which might matter. But White Plume is still lethal here. No, it could matter if they like find an answer to White Plume, and because they're at 2 more life, this Mutavault isn't lethal. You know, stuff like that. Like to untap my White Plume. You like the format so far? I've been enjoying it. Like I said at the start of the stream, like I haven't played this format in like 7 or 8 years. It's definitely a lot different than it used to be. But I did miss this style. Like, singleton formats, competitive singleton formats are interesting to me, definitely. Stuff like Canlander, just don't have enough chances to play them, so having the option to play this on Moto just in leagues is very exciting. Jessica's Will, sure. Can't do anything about that. Hopefully we're not dead. Well, that's probably not a great sign for them. That they're just flashing back looting. more paper accessible format that can't. That makes sense too, right? I think the reason they put it on Moto is because it was just much easier to code. One cards for exiling, entering exile zone. What's happening? Oh. I don't think this does anything. They also hit 4 lands and an Overmaster, but also they can't cast them, right? They have no mana? They're just hellbent? Oh, they're just hellbent. Okay, whatever. They're just dead. We did it. I guess they're not technically dead, right? They can block, but I think... Oh, they had a land drop, so they could have, like, landed into, like, rituals or something, but... Instead, they don't. We get 2 draw steps for any removal spell to just kill them, I guess. Wait, does Steel Seraph just kill them? Yeah, target creature gains flying. Yeah. We did it. 3-0. But yeah, it makes more sense that it's more accessible than Canlander because like the point system means you can play a lot of like expensive busted cards versus just like banning, you know, Power 9, that shit. But I think the reason they put it on Moto first is because the point system of the various Highlander formats is probably a little bit harder to code in than just like putting a ban list on. I believe, like obviously don't quote me on this, but I think they are working on like getting stuff like Canlander on the client though, which would be cool. I definitely would love to explore that format as well. But yeah, 3-0 so far with Phelia. Deck has felt really good and can definitely like use some tweaking. Like there are a lot of cards in here that seem kind of loose. Like this virtual loyalty is kind of eh. I think we've drawn this Beza like twice or 3 times and it's been terrible. I just wanted to like play these like silly Bloomborough cards. Some of these cards are like a little bit questionable. Have we drawn any like really questionable cards? I think there should definitely be a Lion Sash in here, but like maybe the Shining Stroll is questionable. Maybe it's good enough. Maybe there's enough damage based removal that you just want to like 0 mana protect Phelia sort of deal. Yeah, Beza is like theoretically kind of nice, but like I guess part of the issue is that Beza's not super good to flicker, right? Because it's one of those like white catch-up cards where if your opponent's ahead of you on something, you get something to catch back up. And if you're flickering it, you're already caught up. So like oftentimes if you play Beza, it gets value, flicker it, you're getting a lot less value the second time around. Like you're very often probably not getting like 4 fish out of this. Maybe you get 8 life, which is like kind of sick. Or like maybe you get 2 cards if you're like really down on cards versus your opponent, but. And then the other one was just like, well, this deck plays Restoration Angel. Maybe it wants Salvation Swan. I think the answer is like, it probably does. Is 2 restos probably fine? Anyway, let's do a giveaway. And I'm going to run to the bathroom while we do this. So, we are giving away 2 codes for 120 play points. That's enough play points to get you into 2, I think. I can't check because I'm in the middle of this league, but I think it's 2 dual commander leagues because I think that it costs 6 sticks to get in, not 10 like a normal league. But let's get some text on the screen. What's our buzzword today? Yeah, 60 points. Yeah, they said it because it's like specifically designed to be like a bridge between casual and competitive leagues because they were expecting some number of commander players to try the format, which I think this format appeals a lot more to competitive 1v1 players moving towards the commander space than commander players moving towards the competitive 1v1 space. Ban Grief buzzword? It's always the buzzword. You bet your ass it is. It's the kid. Ban Grief, one word. As soon as I start the giveaway. Give exclamation point giveaway ban grief. Put that one right on the stream title. Ban grief in chat. It's a little tiny, but if I, yeah, that looks a little bit better. Type ban grief in chat. We're gonna be picking 2 winners to get my last 2 codes for the month. We do these giveaways pretty much every time. But I'm going to run to the bathroom. We'll put a 2-minute timer up. Get your band griefs in. I'll be right back. Alright, everybody got their band griefs in. 3 seconds left. Let's pick 2 winners! Exclamation point. Nope. Giveaway. It's the kid. And giveaway the tonic booth. Get you your codes here real quick.
One now, one for toast.
Rigged, yes. Rigged in your favor, tonic booth. Oh yeah, it is the 2 people with underscore separating all the words in their name. Pretty suspicious. It's the kid and the tonic booth. Is that the same code? Making sure I don't give you both the same code on accident. Okay, I'm not. There we go. We're good. Let me know if you have any problems, but those codes should be good as long as you use them before August 1st. I think all the codes expire and we get new ones at the start of every month. Anyway, let's finish up this league, huh? These last 2 matches, we're 3-0. Been feeling pretty good. Jeez. Some people are really jamming these leagues, huh? Already 5 trophies. I've played I haven't even played five leagues. But it would be cool to play some of these, if they do have big dual commander events in paper, easier to support when people can test the formats online. Like if there was a big dual commander event, in Chicago in 2 months or whatever, and Dual Commander wasn't online. Just how am I going to test for this? Webcam magic, cockatrice, kind of miserable. But now it's more encouraging. People in the U.S. could potentially run Dual Commander tournaments because you can actually test the format on MTGO, stuff like that. The French fans love French. Yes, shocker. But I've heard that there is like support, like fairly big support in like certain parts of America, but I don't know where. But obviously big in France. It would be cool to go out and play an event there one day. Although I need to go out to Europe and play a Legacy event first. Go to one of those 4 seasons or something. I'm French curious. But appreciate how aggro the rules committee is. Yes, very much so. Like, I went in and I was very surprised to see a bunch of MH3 cards already banned, but then I looked at all the MH3 cards that they had banned, and I was like, you know, this all just makes sense. Like, Nadu banned, Ajani banned, stuff like that. I was like, yeah, that just works. You're right. This hand is pretty bad. Delny might be good in the second. Yeah, I could see that, definitely. We'll keep this. I think I like the Tech Edge more than I like the other planes for laydown arms. I think we'll be fine. Especially, we're probably going to lay down arms. They're Gev, right? Yeah. More than anything, I appreciate that their ban list looks like it is people that care and pay a lot of attention to the format. Ajani too good. Yeah, Ajani seems like really, like I didn't actually like look at any of the Ajani lists or whatever, but that card just like casting it on turn 2 every game seems really messed up. You probably just play like gut shots and stuff, so you just like turn to Ajani, gut shot your own thing, flip it after like playing a red 1-drop or something. Kill the giver? No, they just didn't. Full on aggro deck, huh? Just play Thalia here. Thalia brick walls them pretty well. Don't really need to Phelia. We don't have any good Phelia targets currently. Thalia having first strike. Clogs up the board nicely, and next turn we could potentially lay down arms Gev plus cast Phelia. This is more well thought out than Arena Brawl ban list. Yeah, I don't look at any of those arena formats. Yeah, I just I copy pasted this deck list in, so I don't have a cool Thalia art. This is one of my least favorite Thalia arts, actually. This is on the Daybreak account, obviously, so I can just do whatever art. Not cards that I own specifically. Although I would think about like just buying the cards and playing Duel Commander. Like if this Phelia deck is good, it feels pretty good. Then I'm kind of interested in building this deck on my main account, getting some QPs. You ever do a Thalia art tier list? I have done one at least like in my head. I don't know if I've ever like posted one. That would be a fun one to do though. They're like 10, right? Yeah, they're like 10.
What?
I guess you guys could barely see it. I have all of the Thalia arts framed on the wall here. So I just looked back at it to make sure that I knew that there were 10. Yeah, very weird. Nothing on turn 2 here, but I guess I'll just leave up. I don't really want to lay down arms as Bloodsoak Champion, so I'll just leave up Phelia here. Sure. Caustic Bronco, huh? Might need to lay down arms that one. Seems a little bit threatening, huh? Let's just draw like... Honestly, just like draw anything to pair with this Phelia would be nice. Palace Jailer. Swift reconfig. Not really the card I'm looking for, huh? Awkward to Swift reconfig that. Maybe I Swift reconfig the Bronco? Crew 5 is enormous. I guess it also technically can't attack as the board state sits currently. I wonder if I just attack with Phelia. Flicker my Thalia here. Just to try to make my Phelia 3/3. If they block here, I kind of don't care, and I can just cast Phelia for 4. Yeah, that seems fine. They've played like both their big creature lands, and I have all of my land destruction stuff. But it would be nice to have something to profitably flicker, huh? I'll probably just swift reconfig the Bronco when they go to combat. Maybe it's dangerous to let them attack, right? Because if I let them attack and get the trigger and then they cast Removal Spell on Thalia in response, then that's just super bad for me. So I probably just don't do that. Pump Phelia up to 3/3. We could always flicker our Swift Reconfig too to put it on something that isn't the Caustic Bronco later if we want. Skewer the critics for 4 target Thalia. I could Swift Reconfig the Thalia here. That gives them a draw. But also means I could Swift Reconfig the Thalia, save it, and then attack with the Phelia, flicker the Swift Reconfig off of it to kill the Bronco, and then kill the Bronco after. I'm kind of into that. I'm kind of into saving my Thalia over and like letting them draw a card and take damage. What's up, Cora? How's it going? I think I just tech edge this den. Oh, they get Bone Crusher. That's kind of annoying, huh? But they also take a truckload of damage. Yeah, I think I'm fine tech edging this den. Kind of want a Dust Bowl here. Just sack a plains, Dust Bowl the Badlands, just like start Stone Ring them a bunch. The Caustic Bronco's gonna be out of commission. We're just gonna aggro them down. Yeah, I'm kinda into this. We are the aggro deck now. You're almost done with season 2 of the Owl House? Hell yeah. Stomp Thalia. It's kind of fine. Again, we have 4/4 Phelia. Ooh. That's nice. Probably done Dust Bowling, huh? For at least this turn. We just want to draw cards. I guess I should have probably drawn before I played the Iganjo. Yeah, I would have played the plains and potentially had a removal spell back. I might be. But this Phelia is just very quickly getting out of hand. It's just smushing them. There's Gev. So if they cast a lizard here, it gets a +1/+1 counter, I guess. Oh, sure. Now if they cast any 1-drop, it gets a +1/+1 counter instead. Like that one. Oh, that's a pretty good draw, huh? Kind of just want to leave the Gev in play, because it's the card that they can recast. They only have 4 mana. I kind of just want to kill the DRC instead. Would they double block here? There's no way. They would just lose so badly if they double blocked. Kinda sick we get to play Blade Splicer in this world, huh? I think I'm fine offering the double block and just winning with 2 Phyrexian Golems and a Blade Splicer. And also we can just recast the Phelia and they go to 1. We're at 12. I think I'll just kill the Dragon's Rage Channeler. They go to 4 life. It's kind of whatever. They have 1 creature that can block currently, so... And 2 cards in hand. Not that threatened. I guess they have a Bone Crusher, but again, if they just cast Bone Crusher, we have lethal. Yeah, if they just played Bone Crusher, they just die. Cool. Gev's a cool one, though. We'll go to game 2 here. Like a cool, like, red-black aggro deck, clearly. Their deck makes a lot of sense. Alright, yeah. Mom's just good. We have potentially, like, fast Virtue of Loyalty. In a dual commander's best of 3, that's cool. Yeah, I really like it that it's best of 3. Like, best of 1 formats feel so high variance a lot of the time to me. Sam's just got a lot of good stuff here. I might need to oust instead of Mom on turn 1, depending on what they do. They just play, like, a random shitter, though. I don't even want to oust this that much, because, like, the landfall and the offspring means it's, like, good late. It's gonna deal me some damage here, but... I'd rather develop the Mom this turn. All these flex lands kind of punishing my potential to cast Oust plus Plow on turn 2. Ooh, nice. They got the fetch land to deal me a bunch of damage. They probably just kill the Mom with a removal spell here, and then I have to plow the Vine Lasher or something. I guess I would probably just hold up Virtue of Loyalty, actually. Oh no, they just Gev. Really awkward here. I think I just oust the Gev, though. Puts it back in the command zone almost certainly. If they want to put it on the top of their library, then be my guest. Really love to have second white source here. That would have been real nice. It's just called Dual Commander Toast. You can just say DC. There's nothing else important with the initials DC. Drawing a white source here would be very nice. We are definitely taking a lot of damage from this thing. Suspend Riftbolt. Seal of Fire. Opponent's going in. This is bad. White source, please. Oh, thank God. Alright, we're at least a little bit alive. I think I just have to plow this stupid Vine Lasher, huh? Cast Virtue of Loyalty. Trade with this Forsaken Miner. If they ever... It just comes back, though. Do I plow the So I plow the Forsaken Miner and try to kill the Vine Lasher with Virtue of Loyalty, I think is the choice. Just, like, block it. So that means I don't cast anything. I just say go. Could also, like, cast Phelia here, potentially. We'll see what happens. Faces the place. They're pretty incentivized to not attack with this Vine Lasher is an issue because I just have the Phelia face up. So maybe I had to plow it? Nope, they're just gonna do that. Phelia isn't even that good here. There's a chance I can just cast Virtue of Loyalty next turn to try to kill them, so maybe I just... again. Ephemerate the Knight, so it does pseudo vigilance. Genius. Genius plays. Could unexpectedly absent the Gev. They have 2 cards in hand. We go to 7 absenting the Gev. I could just jam Virtue of Loyalty, huh? We're effectively at 7 right now because the Seal of Fire, they have 2 cards in hand. If I ever target this, I go to 5. Maybe I just want to beat it on board with like Virtual Loyalty then. Hey, Harain, thanks for the raid. Appreciate the support. I could clog up the board with just like Displacer Phelia instead, but... I guess I'm supposed to attack first, but it doesn't really matter. I think we might just get burned out here unless we can find a life gain spell real quick, huh? The Seal of Fire Act turns on the Gev, but I'm not that worried about the Gev making creatures big, because we have creatures locked down pretty hard. I'm worried about burn spells. Yep, Seal of Fire me, and then play a creature, hopefully. Not that one! Not a creature that has 7 power and haste. This has a 50% chance of not attacking me, though, right? Oh no, it can only attack every other turn or something? So I'm just straight up dead, right? At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose an opponent at random that Hellkite. Territorial Hellkite didn't attack during your last combat. It attacks that player if able. Okay, yeah, so it can only attack every other turn. So I'm just literally dead. That's kind of hilarious. Honestly fair. Fair enough. Wasn't really gonna beat that one very easily. Alright, well, we got game 3. Game 3 on the play is always a nice one. Where was our Beza when we needed it, huh? Beza, I'm sorry I doubted you. We need you for this matchup. Alright, we probably keep this. Philly's a little not likely to live, but Shadow Spirit is going to be really powerful. We have a 1-2-3 curve. You can make Beza the commander. Why didn't I think of that? You're so smart, Toast. I'm glad you're here. We have Razorgrass Ambush or Phelia here. Switch the. Can you switch the commanders? Is that legal? Can you like sideboard out your commander into a different one? If the deck's still legal, I get. There might be like a weird rule against it, but do I care about this? Could just Solitude this Gev, honestly. Just like recruit, attack, Solitude. That's probably the play, huh? Your opponent swapped a Flage. That's cool. I never even thought about that. So we just recruit Solitude, attack, flicker, Recruiter of the Guard, and Solitude this Gev, and go get another thing. I don't really know what the other thing is. Maybe Stoneforge Mystic for Batterskull or something. Maybe Skyclave Apparition. I think we're pitching the Flicker Wisp here. Sam is cheap, which I like. Flicker Wisp is good if our Phelia dies, but it's not very good at keeping us alive. Maybe this is wrong. I would maybe not love to pay 2 life, but I will accept paying 2 life to kill your Gev. Oh, that's unfortunate. This thing has haste on the way in? Yeah. We can Razorgrash ambush it next turn, potentially. No scary plays, please. That's kind of scary. Kind of surprised they didn't Offspring. I guess if they have like a 2-drop, you don't want Offspring it. You just want to deal the damage with the fetch land. I will hold up Sam plus Razorgrash Ambush, very inconspicuously not Rashad Port my opponent. Oh, it's pretty nice too, actually. I think I'm supposed to plow this Iridescent Vine Lasher after they fetch. I'm gonna take so much damage though. They have 2 cards left in hand. I won't have an answer to Gev. I think I just want to kill this Vine Lasher. It's gonna deal me a lot of damage. And I don't really want to block. I think I kind of want to get Sam online just to Shadow Spear something. Razorgrash Ambush next turn. What if they just untap and play Gev though? We need to hold up Razorgrash Ambush and potentially ambush it. Good trade, Sam, obviously, but that doesn't seem super great to me. I could... Oh god, it's that fucking thing again. We just take 10, I guess. Simply get Sam back with Sam, huh? I think can't attack next turn at least. But we really need to draw something, huh? I don't think I'm allowed to just cast Sam, block, take 8, go to 6. My opponent has like Hive of the Eye Tyrant and like this thing coming down in 2 turns to kill me. Like, what is this Sam gonna do for me? Do we just have to draw like removal spell, but then we don't have a creature to put the Shadow Spear on? Draw like Batter Skull? That even? We have to shock for it. Draw Jite? I think I just take this. I could bank on no removal spell and just have a lifelinking blocker. Still gonna die to this Territorial Hellkite over some amount of turns, huh? Some amount. Over exactly 1 turn. I think I'm supposed to attack. Pyrokinesis turn was pretty brutal for me, huh? Lost like all of our steam. So this turn, then Territorial Hellkite taps. We're at 8, so we are exactly dead. I guess we're not technically exactly dead, but can always recast Gev. And then we're... Woof. Got Searing Speared, huh? Yeah, that's gonna be it. Dang. This card's... I feel like this card shouldn't be as good as it is, but maybe the stat line just kind of fucked up. Just like 6/5 that only attacks every other turn. Parallax Wave would have been good, yeah. But maybe it just like only needs to attack once. That's the appeal of it. It's just 6/5 for 4. But like, I mean, it's clearly attacking twice and murdering me here. Dang. Thought we were close to getting that 5-0. Yeah, Ball Lightning with a bunch of extra... Ball Lightning that comes back in 2 turns. Makes sense. I think I might have, honestly, had I known the rule, the commander swapping rule, I might have swapped to Beza for that game, huh? Beza would have been much better than Phelia. Obviously, we don't know that going in, but I think I would rather have Beza as my commander against a very aggressive red-black deck than Phelia. Definitely would have been nice to cast. We would have just gotten like 2 fish and 4 life or whatever. Would have expected there's a better commander for red-black aggro than the lizard, but who knows? Yeah, I mean the lizard's pretty good, right? It demands that you kill it, and also you have to pay life to kill it because it's just very, very aggressive. Like 3/2 body ward, whatever, makes all the other creatures bigger, so you want to kill it all the time. Very cheap. Checks a lot of boxes for like good aggro commander. I was like kind of eyeing it, but it would be a lot of work to like. It's a deck that you definitely like have to like build from the ground up with all those like dorky 1-drop aggro things. All the blood-soaked champions of the world. Put in at minimum 3 Searing Spears in your deck. Like, my opponent cast the Sorcery Speed Exile one, so there's probably a Searing Spear and a Lightning Strike in there. Copying value creatures is pretty good. It's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, Toast. What was their commander? Couldn't teleport signal. Oh, it was the lizard Gev, the red-black lizard from the new set, Bloomburrow. Satya. Oh, the Jeskai energy thing? The card costs like 100 mana. Is it 4 or 5 mana for Satya? If it's 5, that card seems not that good. It's also in Jeskai colors, and there is like a other extremely powerful 4 mana Jeskai general, right? Like Aragorn is like the most played dual commander card in the format right now. So there's a lot of competition to be like a good Jeskai general right now. So yeah, kind of underrated. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think the legendary cards that get printed in the like straight to modern sets, like the Modern Horizons and the Lord of the Rings of the world, the Lord of the Rings Commander specifically, are like, those cards are probably going to be pretty juiced in terms of power level. So I think a lot of the like Tamio is probably going to be one of the. I would be very surprised if Tamio wasn't one of the best generals coming out of MH3. Nadu and Ajani are already banned. Like the other flip walkers are very cheap and efficient. Phelia is very cheap and efficient. Like, because the power level on these legends are like so much more pushed, I feel like you're likely to just be wanting to cast a card from MH3 or like Lord of the Rings Commander or something. Let's play our last match here. This Phelia deck I've definitely been vibing with more than the other decks I've tried, but I'll definitely continue to explore for the next month until we ban Grief in 4 weeks. I'll probably try a different deck each day unless I'm like really busy and can't find a list, or if I really want to like play Phelia again or something. Definitely make some adjustments to this list to start with. It says Orm's Power. Wait, what are we playing against? That probably define our. What the fuck are these cards, huh? That's kind of fucked up, huh? So this card probably doesn't matter. Is this card command beaconable? Maybe, but it's probably just like a Wilson, like Boggles sort of deck where you just like juice up your fucked up bear and attack them, is what I would guess. This hand's kind of mopey, but I kind of want to keep it. Solitude's pretty good against Wilson, huh? The bear deck is funny and weird. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect. I've definitely not seen any deck lists for this card. No, I really want to pitch that Displacer, and I can't. Can you command beacon a background? I assume you can, because it's like technically yeah, it's labeled your commander in the blue text right there. There's Wilson. Okay, that's a pretty pitchable white card. So they have mana up if they have like some weird protection spell or whatever. I can Solitude the Wilson and pay Ward, or I can cast Phelia this turn depending on like what exactly it is I want to do. Depends on what they cast here, so we will hold off. That's fine. So it is just kind of a Boggles deck, I see. was trying to think of a Boggles deck. I didn't think about a card with, like, Ward 2. I was thinking about trying Light Paws. I'm a little concerned about their all their mana that they have up here. Can I just block this? It's just a 2/2, right? Can I just trade Phelia for it? Are there, like, pump spells in this deck? Flash auras? I feel like if I just Solitude this, they're just going to, like, hexproof their fucking Wilson or some shit. But if I block them, they might have, like, pump spells. I guess that's the eternal question. What's worse for me? It has trample, so pump spell means that they draw cards, but I think I'm fine trading Phelia here. I could also just not block it, but that seems not very good, huh? Because I can't Spellbinder and Solitude because the Ward 2. Just get a counter? I guess that's fine. Yes. Please let me hit the yes button. Thank you. What do I do next turn? Because it depends a lot on what I draw. Well, that's nothing. Don't really want to Solitude it, but I don't want them to draw more cards. Solitude is just inefficient on the mana. I could just try to put Displacer in front of it. Feels a little bit loose, given that. But if they go in on auras and don't have removal spell for the Displacer, then I just get to flicker the Wilson next turn. All the auras fall off. I was gonna say blink the Wilson, all the things fall off. Yes, if only. I mean, I guess I could cast Phelia and not block, and then attack with Phelia and flicker it. I think I kind of want to cast Eldrazi Displacer. Maybe this is weird. Maybe I'm letting them, like, do too much shit. A lot of this is, like, lack of deck knowledge, right? Can't displace because Ward. That's true, yeah. I could potentially, like, displace Solitude. Solitude this bird. Other creatures that they play. They have to pump it, like, multiple times to trade. I guess now if I block, I just trade with Spider Umbra. Then I have 4 mana, which is still an awkward amount because I have a bunch of 3s and 2s in my hand. I think now I'm fine making them take an action because then I can Solitude this more easily. And if they don't take an action, it's kind of okay. This is just like a Boggles deck. Might try something like this out, huh? I was interested in some sort of like suit 'em up commander. What do I do next turn? I think this is 2/2 still. Parallax Wave is kind of a nice one. Four cards in hand. I think I want to jam Parallax Wave here. If they have a counter, it means I could at least cast like a 2/3 next turn, or like Flicker West plus play the Ward next turn. I just Parallax Wave, exile their bird, let them draw a card, and then we can like Parallax Wave the Wilson. Potentially Flicker West the Parallax Wave down the road. Or they just like counter it. I would expect this deck would probably have like a lot of like tempo-based counter spells. Mana Leaks, Spell Pierces, 4 spikes. Yeah, stuff like that. Makes a lot of sense. So now we get to, like, potentially Spellbinder, check for stuff, and then Solitude this Wilson. After it's, you know, drawn 100 cards. I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, I'm happy with them putting more stuff on the Wilson. Means that, like, I lose out on less card advantage, right? Because I'm getting a, you know, a 3-for-1 or whatever killing it. Unfortunately, all of my cards will be gone at this point, and they can recast the Wilson potentially, but that's the life I choose to live. They have blue up, so I think I want a Spellbinder here. What do you got over there? Wash Away is annoying. They can't cast cancel half, so I just have to Solitude the Wilson, I guess. Take the... Oh no, they can cast Vines. Yeah, they can cast Vines for 3. Shit. Yeesh. It's pretty ugly, huh? Spellbinder sucks. Yeah, you're not wrong, huh? Didn't really have a lot of other good options, huh? Like cast Flicker Wisp, they Vines. They have cancel up next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no matter what I take, they can hold up both spells, basically, right? We are certainly getting Wilsoned. I'm not confident in any of my decisions there. Don't really think they matter at this point, though. I think we might just be hosed. Unless we draw Council's Judgment, I guess. They still can hold up 5-mana Wash Away. So we'd have to, like... I guess we Solitude the Wilson, pay the ward, force the Vines or something. And then we would, like, Council's Judgment it. Something along those lines. Considering borrowing the Spellbinder. Seems like kind of a waste. Yeah. He's out the Wash Away, right? Yeah. Now we're just very dead. Because they have cancel plus 5-mana cancel plus Vines up. There's nothing we can do. Oh, we're literally... I guess we're not literally dead if we force the Vines use here, right? Yeah, and it's only 8, not 10. I guess if they get Threshold, we could be dead. So if they just, like, wash away this... Go to 6 cards, a graveyard, untap Vines, Centaur Garden, kill me. We can't punish even if we had a white card because they're still holding up Vines here. Yeah, just canceling this means that we die, right? Yeah, let's go next. I feel like my matchup against this isn't that bad. I definitely kept a loose hand, and a lot of lack of matchup familiarity got me. And this is also a matchup where you could like potentially like swap to Thalia or something. I'm going to continue to not do that just mostly because I want to. you know, explore having Phelia as an option. But that makes a lot of sense why Thalia's in the deck too. I guess like the Ral deck, right? If there's a lot of actually reasonable choices to like swap between legendary creatures. All right, this hand seems pretty gas, right? Bling the commander drop, or yeah, it's not terrible certainly, but I think Thalia might be better. Not sure. This hand's great though, like Phelia, Laron. Winning on the draw is gonna be tougher certainly. Yeah, this Wilson deck's definitely interesting. Ward 2 is like a pretty big number. Like it lets you jam Wilson a lot and be able to untap with it. And then you start like protecting it and suiting it up with like counter spells and enchantments and stuff. This is definitely the card I was like kind of a card I was thinking about ambiguously. I didn't think of like specifically this card, but like some sort of boggles, some commander that you could actually reliably untap with, which has felt very hard in this format. Going to 5, all right. Feeling pretty confident for this game. Partner letting you slash anything is fucked up. True. This one makes more sense, right? Just if your opponent, it's just like if you find your command beacon, it just makes Wilson unblockable. So it's a pretty good legendary enchantment to have, or a pretty good like partner to have. There's also the black one though that like makes your creature really fucked up and like murderous. It's like +3/+3 in flying and lifelink and upkeep sacrifice a creature or something. I don't know if that one's on Moto yet though. I heard that one wasn't. Not like, yeah, I don't know all the text on it. Cult of the Absolute, I think it is. It's not on Moto? Yeah. That would make some sense, huh? I kind of want to just sorcery speed Phelia here while they're tapped out against like this deck without removal spells. But with a bunch of counter spells. If they just like cast Wilson, how much do I care? I could technically reprieve the Wilson, but... Yeah, Cultist the Absolute's a really fucked up card. You can just put that in your deck. Yes, you sack the creature. It is a downside. Like, you could play that in, like, the Gev deck, right? And make it, like, a gigantic flying Gev if you just have, like, all those, like, shitter recursive creatures to sack, too. I don't like holding up Reprieve here and just reprieving the Wilson. They have a mana dork. They're going to be able to cast the Wilson for 2 mana the following turn. I'm just going to source speed this Phelia. Get my, like, Phelia Labe online. Eventually Phelia Laron. You can't cast the background if you cast your commander, right? Correct. In Duel Commander, you can only cast one commander. But you can command beacon it to your hand. Or you can just put Cultist of the Absolute in your deck and just cast it. Like, draw it and cast it. Wilson can't be countered, yes, but Reprieve does not counter it. Just returns the spell to the hand. What? God damn it. Don't play around the counter spell and then get hit by the fight spell. For fuck's sake. Annoying. Do I just hold up Reprieve here? I don't like playing Displacer, probably. Three mana. Probably Laroning the something on it next turn. They just like have so many 1-drops though, but if they suit up the Wilson, we just cast Laron. I think I just Eldrazi Displacer. Well, goodbye, Toast. It was nice seeing you. Not really. 3 cards left in hand. If they attack, we just block. F's in chat for toast. Kind of awkward. I can't actually activate this displacer, but it's fine. We'll hold up Reprieve / Razorgrash Ambush / Wandering Emperor / Phelia, and we can hold up a bunch of things here, I guess. Feels like my opponent's kind of flooding out. They probably just have a bunch of counter spells, which means I kind of just want to cast Phelia. I don't really care if they counter it again. I need to just churn through these. I think I'd rather have the Wandering Emperor. Maybe that's wrong. No, we're getting to enough mana that the Wandering Emperor plus Wilson is pretty versus Wilson's pretty fine. Yeah, they only have 3 cards. I think, yeah, I just need to get through these, like, counter spells. Thalia is not bad. I guess they have a bunch of mana. Thalia is kind of bad. I think I will just hold up Reprieve and Wandering Emperor again. I'd rather cast the Wandering Emperor before I get this Thalia in play, too. Maybe I'm supposed to, like... They're just not doing anything. They're just gonna counter my Wandering Emperor, too? That's fine. Remand is perfectly allowed. Zather Vial's okay. Let's bring Toast back, huh? I think he's been untimed out. Wait, how do I untime him out? Are there any mods in chat? I don't even want to reprieve this. If I block, they just sack it, make the thing a 5/5. In response, I can just Razorgrass Ambush. They could counter the Razorgrass Ambush, then I reprieve, and then maybe we're okay. It's getting to the time of the night that I stop thinking about these sorts of things. Oh, I can't reprieve, yeah, because I have to pay ward. But I'm kind of fine exchanging counterspell plus displacer for that Briar Shield plus a counterspell. And then I get to resolve my other shit. Delay. That's a pretty good one to delay. Woof. Young Toasta sent me a message. What does he say? You can't water him for Wilson. He has vigilance. Let me out. Oh, that's really funny, actually. We'd hold up 6 mana Phelia. Reprieve plus Wandering Emperor. Probably Reprieve plus Wandering Emperor. I truly don't know how to untime out Toast, though. Wait, timeout. Haha underscore toast 1 second. Does this work? Nope. I tried. I thought if I like timed him out for 1 second or something. Oh, it's slash. It's not exclamation point, right? Because exclamation point is for the bots. Slash timeout. Haha underscore toast 1. So this times him out for 1 second, and then he should come back. Well, I guess reprieving this Mana Leak is pretty bad, huh? No, I can reprieve my own Wandering Emperor. There we go. Now I'm thinking like a counterspell player. I had to make DBXJ Cloud Buddy. This is the worst day of my life. Yeah, it sounds like get fucked, Toast. It's like not even worth putting in this Thalia. They don't know about it, so they might make their attacks slightly harder. Maybe they'll just cast a 2-mana spell right now. That'd be nice. Nope. Well, let's try again. Yeah, that's fine. Block the elf so it takes long. Why did we untime you out again, Toast? I would not like to cast this Razorgrass Ambush now. Thank you for asking, though, Moto. Probably should have cast the Phelia there. They are likely to just cast 4-mana Wilson, though, and not have a ton of mana to counter my Phelia anyway, but... How much does Phelia cost right now? 400? Yeah, I think 6 mana. Yeah. Mana to cast Phelia and hold up taxed Mana Tithe. That is my plan. I cannot counter this one. I think I'm gonna end up... They might even just block, but I just want to draw a card. I think I just attack here. block, I dare you. Alright. Oh, I guess I'm not holding up Mana Tithe, dang. My bad. Eight mana Phelia. You want to cast your 6 mana Wilson opponent? Hey, kitty. Kitty, not right now. Kitty, I still got to play game 3. Come on, beat it. Hey, no, get lost. Go away. Why did you come in here? Nope, stop looking. Okay, get out of here. Jesus. Bushwhack. Why do I keep playing around counter spells and getting got by every single fight spell in my opponent's deck? This is so annoying. But this is fights, which means I can just kill it with the Thalia block. So this is kind of fine. Oh no, they're not attacking, they tapped it. Sure. Oh shit. Hang on. Hang on. I can't beat that card. Hold up. Maybe I should have been so nonchalant about this game, huh? Actually just instantly dead to that one. Oh, never mind. We're completely fine. Was never worried even a little bit. I guess I'm supposed to also draw a card or something, huh? I might have wanted to play that one instead, but whatever. It'd be nice to fucking tech edge this Pendlehaven so I can block this Elvish Mystic. This exact sequence and board minus like War Room has happened to me 50 times. Wild how this singleton format works, huh? They cast their 6 mana Wilson. I say that's fine. I tech edge this stupid fucking Pendlehaven. I cannot cast Phelia, so I can draw a card if I want. Well, he still leaves up Reverent Mantra. I think I'm going to draw a card end step, actually. This is a world where I hardcast Reverent Mantra and Mana Tithe here. Laurent just waiting and praying that they played a champion. They cast like 3 auras last game. I kept this Laurent at the opener. I was like, hey, this Laurent's going to be good. Opponent just has actual no auras in their whole deck. It's a good one. I do want to finish this game eventually. They have 2 cards now. Am I supposed to just cast 10 mana Phelia or just keep drawing cards with War Room? I only have 7 life left. I might just cast Phelia again. Just get it counterspelled. I'm probably supposed to just activate War Room, huh? Just, like, would close the game much faster than trying to resolve Phelia versus my opponent's deck of all counterspells. What's the plan for game 3? I don't know. Lose, because we're on the draw. Enchantment? Enchantment! They did it! They actually fucking cast an enchantment. 2 enchantments! I could, like, kill this Rancor by plowing in response, but I kind of just want to block the Wilson and kill it instead. And let them have the Rancor back. But waiting like 400 turns for this. Now I think I will cast Phelia. They're so tapped out. Holy shit, we did it. We resolved Phelia. Thalia protects us from shore up? No, because they had 2 mana up even. Thalia doesn't even protect us from the 1 mana counters. Skull Clamp is not really the card I'm looking for here, but they're pretty much dead, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 with the Skull Clamp or 1 off lethal. Wow, finally a draw spell. Gitaxian probe me, opponent. Oh, they're at 8, now they're dead. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plow the Elvish Mystic, kill them. Or just Reverent Mantra Pro Green, kill them. I think they are just Gitaxian probing me for a little bit more info before they die. Or just attack with Phelia, blink the Elvish Mystic, kill them. Yeah, that's fine. You got it. You got it, boss. Furiously screenshotting for max info. Screenshotting the 4 cards in my hand. Oh fuck, that cost 2 mana. Alright. I don't know what the plan is for game 3. Feels like this Phelia is pretty bad. Maybe we should honestly swap it for Thalia. I'll play the fully with Phelia though. Kind of get a feel for it, but like the Beza does become a little bit more interesting to me with that rule, because you could, like, if decks like the Feldon, like red, like super burn aggro deck, then maybe you just want a card like this in your command zone. Thalia versus like a lot of the combo decks over Phelia for value. The Beza does seem a little bit more interesting to me when you have that option. Are you allowed to do that mid-game? Supposedly. So I am told by some members of chat. I've just never actually tried. But apparently, yeah, as long as you swap for another different legal commander, you're just completely allowed to do that. It's kind of sweet. This hand is horrible. White Blue Avenger is very bad in this matchup. Parallax Wave is... I'm just going to mulligan. Alright, this hand is much better. Swift Reconfig seems real nice if you can sneak it in. We just have multiple removal spells. I'm going to bottom this Reverent Mantra. Really not the matchup for it. Switching into, like, play fast mode so I can win. At least try to win. We can turn Wilson into a car. That's the hope. That we draw the third land, and we can turn Wilson into a car. Am I supposed to I don't like plowing turn 1 dork feels really bad in this matchup because like their thing's a 2-drop. Apparently he doesn't want to have a lot of auras because he just didn't have any like until the very last turns last game after we had Laurent in our hand for 8, 9, 10 turns. Keep bottom Reverent Mantra. Bottom will to 5. I kind of want to plow a Mana Dork now. Man, remember when we almost died to that True Nemesis? And then we just immediately top decked Council's Judgment? Like, we had a couple outs in our deck, right? Stoneforge Mystic or Batterskull to start getting life. Jite. Okay, not a lot of... Recruiter of the Guard for Stoneforge for Batterskull or Jite. A few other outs, probably. Aura's only target on cast, right? So if you like Phelia and Aura, you could enchant a True Name. Ooh, I will oust an Elvish Mystic, I think. Over playing a Mother of Runes. Kind of into that. There's Wilson. Can't do anything about it. Hopefully we find lands. Ooh, that's good for finding lands. I said. Guide of Souls doesn't really do anything. We'll put Mom. Trooper Protection stops enchanting. Okay, so that works for like if I wanted to target a hexproof thing, but much worse. Or potentially a ward thing, right? But much worse versus a protection thing. Like, if I had Phelia in play, I could Swift Reconfig my own creature and then attack with Phelia and flicker the Swift Reconfig over to the Wilson, and it wouldn't trigger the ward. Something that might be important to note in, like, exactly one turn. We'll see. Please just play the Mana Dork. I believe in you, opponent. Dang. We drew the land, which is really good. Do I just want to try to burn them out of counters? Just plow the Wilson, untap Swift, reconfig the Wilson? That seems fine to me. They need exactly one mana counter here, too, which is nice. Or a protection spell, obviously, but I think this is fine when I know one of their cards in their hand is the Mana Dork. Yep. And then we Swift reconfig it, hopefully. Hopefully did not find another counter spell. Could very well have one card left in hand. And it's not getting better for me. Hope the last card in hand is not a counter spell. If it is, we're probably just dead. Dude, I'll keep you full and give them a chance to cast Force of Negation? No, thank you. What if they have a 3-mana? What if they have Wash Away or whatever? Alright, we got him. Now I just need to kill him in 5 minutes, which should be pretty easy here. Wonder what Oboro is doing in their deck. Something about landfall, maybe. So we either probably just Guide of Souls Phelia next turn, or if we draw land, we just Jailer the Mystic. Is this a main deck choke format? Well, it can't be a sideboard choke deck or whatever. You know what I mean. I would like to become the Monarch and take your Elvish Mystic. Jailer in 2024? Yeah, we finally found a format you're allowed to play Palace Jailer. Okay, that's fine. I was worried it was going to be a creature with, like, flying. Oh shit, it's a creature with flying. It's fine, we can Flicker Wisp it and take the enchantment off. They get their Elvish Mystic back, obviously. They get Monarch for a turn, but... I think I attack with both over, like, pro-greening. I think I'm fine if I get a trade here. Like have trade plus bounce spell. Bounce spell is obviously terrible. We will Guide of Souls, Flicker Wisp, Skull Clamp, say go. Attack it with Bomb also means I can just F6, which is nice. I do have to be worried about this Hashep Oasis getting me, right? Flicker Jailer. Yeah, that's probably better, huh? If I'd done that, I'd probably just don't attack with anything, right? Like, that's just a much better play. At least like main phase cast Flicker Wisp first, see if it gets countered. I don't have to make a weird risky attack. I'm just playing fast because I have, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But that makes a lot more sense, huh? Don't attack with Mom. Don't attack with Jailer. Main phase the Wisp target here, see if it gets countered. Then make this attack and stuff afterwards. Still feeling okay here. They can take Monarchy back for a turn, but I would just go to 3. They draw a card. More importantly, it's +1 energy. That is, and +1 life, even. Pretty big. I'm a little scared of getting Hashep Oasis did. But I think I would just take it. It's terrifying. I think they're... They just attack for 3. I guess I have to be worried about a pump spell, but if it has trample, like blocking just doesn't do anything anyway. Oh no, it doesn't have trample. This thing just gets +3/+3. Dog, not right now. It's just 5/5. I'll just jump out with Guide of Souls. Oh, I guess they are allowed to do that, huh? Wait, this isn't. It's just gonna fall off. Oh, this thing has trample. Oh, shit. Okay, sure. So blocking doesn't do anything. Oh, no, if I don't block, I die? No, I take 2 more. I die to some stuff, but I think I just have to take this. Maybe this is dumb. They just like fucking giant growth me or whatever. It's only 6 damage though. Not dead. I don't think I've cast Phelia this game, right? I assume Phelia costs 2. Reprieve is nice. Dog, not right now. Get out of here. Thank you. We're actually up on clock somehow. I've not cast this ever? Yes. Okay, cool. So it costs 2 mana. And hold up potential, like, factory block. Are we just dead? I guess I could draw a card, right? I can draw several cards even. Oh no, we're not just dead. I still want to draw a card. But we can gain life at instant speed. Unless they have last card counterspell. Oh no, that's fine. Remand works. They could draw into another counterspell, obviously, but... I should have cycled. Okay. They could obviously have another pump spell, too, which would be also unbeatable. That's their last card is Rancor, sure. Yep. I fucked that game up really bad, right? I should have... If I cycled main phase, I could have, like, laid down arms. I could have just killed this Flicker Wisping Palace Jailer, but, not too broken up about it. Remand, you have my attention. We have the cool Remand in our hand. You giving attention to their Remand. Yeah, definitely not broken up about how that game went. Also, because I don't really... The difference between, like, a 3-2 because of, like, some, like, really loose play at the end and a 4-1, especially on, like, the God accounts. Just, like, happy with my result. This deck has, like, felt the most reasonable, right? We pretty could have easily squeaked out the 4-1 there. We died pretty bad to that red-black deck, but also learned a valuable lesson about, like, you could just put Beza in the commander slot for games 2 and 3 potentially. You have play points on this account? Yeah. I have to spend the play points, but you have a bunch. But yeah, this deck has just been very cool. I like this a lot. Like I was talking about, I won't go into detail about it because it's already late. I need to go to bed. But get out of here, cat. God, driving me crazy. She knows exactly when the worst time to show up and like try to start knocking shit off shelves is. But anyway, this deck has definitely felt the most reasonable of the stuff I've tried so far. The Wilson deck, didn't seem that interesting to me because I kind of hate the just like sit back on a bunch of counter spells thing. It was a lot less boggly and a lot more like tempo, like protect the queen, almost like Delver like. Where you just like sit back on a bunch of counters and kill with the Wilson. But there was another deck that I was interested in that I've already forgotten at this point. I guess Light Paws was a deck that I was interested in trying. But we'll definitely be exploring this format more in the coming weeks. Definitely would make some tweaks to this deck too. Play like Lion Sash. I would do a little bit more deep diving on like some playable like 1s and 2s there. But this like starting list felt remarkably solid, and Phelia was like a really good general. Just like having flash, being able to like tie it in, fits slots in a lot of places on the curve. You can also just not cast it and hold up other spell. You can represent a lot by holding up Phelia, right? So like if you have more instant speed stuff, Virtues of Loyalty, Swords of Plowshares, Cathar Commando, stuff like that, then it gives you a lot of room for maneuverability. And then Something that I'm more interested in now that I've actually considered this option ever is this like modality of like playing a Beza as your commander versus when you like game 2 versus aggro decks, or like Thalia as your commander game 2 versus combo decks. Like in the league we played against, when I played against Ral, I would have happily switched Phelia for Thalia. We played against Vez, I already forgot the stupid lizard's name, but against like the super aggressive red black deck, having a big like a giant creature that gains you a bunch of life and like gives you bodies on board would have been much nicer than this like clunky, like this little piddling 2/2 that dies. Any reason not to play Mouth of Ronom? Probably not. Like, there is a limit on number of colorless sources, but Mouth of Ronom's probably better than some of them are here already, like fucking Scavenger Grounds or whatever. But I just like copy pasted this list. I would definitely make some tweaks, and will make some tweaks before going back and playing it. Now that I've stress tested the deck a little bit, it has really impressed me. I like this deck a lot, and I definitely want to continue exploring it. But for now, I'm gonna kick this cat's ass. Get out of here. For now, that's gonna be the end of the stream. Let's go host someone. Who's playing some Magic? Is Ancient Tomb banned? Yes, very banned. A lot of the fast mana is banned. Anyone playing MTGO at 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday? Nobody? Oh, some modern player. Here we go. People, man, just forget every fucking time. All right, there we go. We're gonna raid the Big Friendly Gamer. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoy some non-legacy content for a little bit. A lot of people are very tired, myself very much included. So it's nice to explore these other formats and check out everything that this format, this deck also has to offer. I will see you all next week with whatever new dual commander deck I decide to play. We'll find out. I'll definitely do some more digging. We will send you guys over to watch some Modern in 6 seconds, I guess, because I hit the button too late. But have a good one.